So, welcome to On the Sofa. It's a real privilege to have Dave with us today. So, Dave, it's lovely to see you. Thank you so much for giving your time to come and chat. We like
Pleasure. Lovely to see you too. Lovely to talk.
Cool. So, we thought it'd be really good to hear from you, Dave, in terms of just your experience over the last year or so. Can't believe it's been a year now.
Yeah, I think it has.
Mad, isn't it? But I don't know, do you want to set the scene for us a little bit in case people don't know that much about your circumstances and where you're at?
No, of course. So I am a full-time student studying psychology, and I'm also a carer, I guess, for the want of a better phrase. I think some of you may know him. I look after, or work with, I should say, Peter Webster. So I work for Dave and Liz, and I support Pete. So I have a lot going on in that sense. So I did. So I had both of those going on until lockdown happened. Ultimately, didn't work for 5 months during the first lockdown, and I haven't worked in this one since I think it was mid-December. So I had all of May to September off of work and uni. I then decided to defer uni because I think those 5 months didn't help me. And actually also because I'm just not a good online learner. I should be concerned about finishing my degree sooner rather than later. I am 39 in a few weeks. But I actually just knew that it would be better for me to be able to actually go into uni, to be around students, to study together, to be together. So I took that decision. Then another lockdown happened. So I think I'm probably about 8 months in to the last 12 months spending on my own, essentially. So I live by myself. So yeah, it's been interesting. That's where I am at the minute. Looking forward to being able to meet up with friends, and planning to go back to work. Really, Liz and Dave are doing an amazing job. They instantly, very early on, were like, we're worried about this. We're worried about Pete. We want to reduce his risk. So actually, we're just going to move back in and take over full care themselves, which is, it's difficult for them. He's a lot of different emotions, a lot of different moods. But I've spoken to him on Zoom, and he seems really happy. He repeats his phrases, and he's loving life, I think, like having his mum and dad around so much. So there's plenty of positives.
Yeah. So you're on furlough?
Yes, I'm on furlough.
So obviously, as someone who's been by themselves, lockdown's not been easy for anyone, I don't think, but
No.
You've been in quite an extreme circumstance in terms of that. How have you managed? How have you got through?
So I'm very sociable, which is why it's been so hard for me. I have a bubble. Obviously, we're allowed bubbles, so I meet up with them when I can or when they can. They're both working still, so it's not as can't just hang out every day. I go for walks. The whole meet a person outside and outside. So I'm kind of seeing a few different friends to do that. I have the odd Zoom. I guess I just try and keep in contact with people as much as possible. I've completed Netflix. I've completed Amazon Prime. I've completed pretty much every PlayStation game I own. I've started reading again. I'm reading The Time Traveler's Wife, which is a fascinating book. Obviously, I read my Bible. I pray. I spend a lot more time. God's been with me the whole time. That sounds really cheesy, but I think perhaps not to our audience. But I talk to him a lot. I talk to Jesus. I talk. I know they're there. So I, in a sense, I haven't been on my own, and I haven't been bored doing nothing. But actually, a lot of the time, I've been on my own, bored doing nothing. If you know what I mean.
Do you feel like there's anything you've learned that will stand you in good stead going forward?
Yeah, you know what? So I've learned first of all, like, I'm too busy. Like, pre-lockdown, I'm too busy, and as you may have noticed over the years, Chrissy, I then take on more than I can handle, and sometimes I let people down. And unfortunately, that happens. I don't want to say a lot, but sometimes. Let's say it sometimes, for my own sanity. That hurts me every time I do it, but I haven't broke the cycle. But actually, having nothing to do has really made me understand that actually it's important to have nothing to do. Like, it is really important to just have some time, no no dramas, no deadlines, you know, just being able to just chill out and do what you want and just look after yourself. Like I've changed my diet a lot in lockdown, for the better. Like I'm losing weight because I'm at home. I can structure meals better. I'm not doing night shifts here and evenings in London doing whatever. Like I'm just more organized and more structured, and even silly things like I drink more water than ever. Like I've always been, hydration's always been really important, but I actually often don't do it. And I've just looked after myself a lot more and just appreciated, you know, at times when actually I can just chill out and maybe, you know, get in contact with a friend I haven't spoke to for a while, offer to do something online for the church, like, you know, join a Zoom, just listen to a friend, you know, just taking more time to look after myself and be available is definitely something I've learned that's really important. I've also learned that I need to be around people. Like I, you know, not contradicting everything I just said. I am a real social, like I get a lot off of being around most people. And I've certainly missed that. Like, you know, I've already got plans for each stage of the roadmap, allowing more. We've, you know, and that genuinely is true. We've got beer gardens booked. We're all meeting up in whatever day it is in March that we're allowed. Like my group, my best kind of my main group of friends. Like I am taking every opportunity to get back out into the world as soon as possible. But I've kept saying by, you know, taking the positives out of it. Like in many senses, it's nice having nothing to do, just not all the time. Like, and I wonder, would I rather have a house full of children or live on my own? And I don't know. You know, they're both really hard decisions. You know, I've got so much. I remember a friend of mine wrote on Facebook, like in jest, I'm so sick of cleaning my own house and looking after my own children. And like during lockdown, and I just thought, like, I know you're joking, but that's really funny because actually you're doing it more than ever, and you just get used to the life where things are different, and it's obviously a huge change.
So if you were to take one thing that you've learned from this experience that would be helpful for someone else, what do you think that would be?
Good question.
Thanks. We didn't practice that one, did we?
Do you know, one of my favourite things no, we didn't. In my head, I did just think that. So thanks, Chrissy, for curveball. One of my favourite things to say to someone is good question, because I love being asked a good question.
I've asked you a few recently.
Exactly, as you have, as you know. I think, I mean, you know, I'm not sure, I can never give just one answer. Like, looking after myself, really important. Like, look after yourself. And ultimately, like I've got closer to God during lockdown. Like, yeah, it's as simple as that. You know, I have had so much more time, and perhaps it's a sign of insanity that I talk to him more. You know, I'm not losing my mind, of course. You know, as we were saying, it's a difficult time in my life. You know, lockdown's difficult. I miss my friends. I miss my family. I miss my job. I miss uni. I'm moving out towards the end of the year. I don't know where yet. Like, I've got plenty of time. Financially, that's going to be difficult because I am furloughed, and I'm also not getting a student loan, which I really miss. Like, there's a lot of uncertainty, well, a fair chunk of uncertainty going on in my life at the minute, which could be really difficult, but actually it's not. Like, I just have so much faith in and trust in God. Like, you know, as I made the joke earlier, my career, like before I became a student, I was a digital risk manager, and I am a very risk averse, cautious person. And actually, all the stuff that's going on in my world right now is not risk averse. Like, you know, it's undefined. It could go many ways. It's uncertainty, and that's not what I'm used to. But actually, like, I pray into it, and I just have this real. I'm almost blasé about it. But I say that as a blessing, because I'm like, God's got it. Like, it's fine. Like,
you may not have the peace.
Yeah, I'm at peace. Like, I may not have the answers now, but I know they're coming. Like, I know I'll be okay, which is just so. I mean, it's reassuring, and it's just so wonderful, you know. as our audience knows, I'm sure. Like I really have just realized how easy it is for me to just actually sit down and go, God's got this, like it's fine. And then just go fine. Like, when it happens, it happens. Which is, it's interesting because my friends that are like, where are you going to move? What are you going to do? I'm like, I don't know yet. Don't worry. Come on, you need to figure it out now. I don't know yet. It's fine. Like other people don't have peace for me. But I've always been all right. Like, and I will be. I'm sure.
It's so cool because I know you said that we all understand it, and I think a number of us do find that place of peace, but not everyone does. And it's one thing to know it, but it's another thing to really live in that place, isn't it? So I don't know, and this definitely isn't practice, but will you pray for people? Like I just feel like you've got a gift.
Something I found very difficult to do is praying out loud. Really difficult to do.
We can edit this out if you like.
No, I will. Like, it's good to
I just
get
think
out
you are carrying something, Dave,
No,
which actually you can release for those around us.
It's really good to get out of your comfort zone and actually, light shines bright. Why have such a gift and not share it? Like, I don't know if you remember when I shared at church, like about my nephew and how he wouldn't eat, and then I prayed a bit, like as he was a baby just born, and I prayed into God, and then he instantly started feeding, and I didn't tell anyone about that. And then I just thought, that's awful. God did this amazing thing, and I kept it to myself. So I told my family, and actually they received it really well. Sorry, I'm going on. She made me nervous and asked me to pray out loud. You have to edit this. Is funny.
Cool. Go on then. Thank you.
Yeah. So, like, God, I'm so grateful for just the peace and calm and tranquility you give me, and I really just pray over that for anyone that maybe having difficult decisions in front of them, maybe going through difficult times, or maybe going through change and uncertainty. Like, I just truly pray that they feel your support and they feel your guidance, and they just know you're there with them, and they're just at peace with the knowledge that they're loved by you and that you've always got the best intention for them. And I just pray they can receive that blessing and that calmness in their life. I truly do.
Yeah. Amen.
Amen.
Cool. Thank you. I'm so sorry to put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. No, you know what? It's fine. I was having a conversation with Claire, whose surname has totally gone from my mind, that looks after the children at SCF.
Beverly. Yes.
Because she prayed something out, and I was just amazed by it. I was just like, wow. And I actually texted her, and I was like, that was like so warming. And funny enough, like when I did Alpha and stuff, I've done it on a few occasions, and I've always just had such good feedback. Like, wow, that really resonated. It really helped. I just seem to find it really difficult to do. But once I get started, like, it's fine. I think, like,
it's brilliant.
It's something I want to work on, actually. I'm going to start praying for people more, because it's such a blessing to be able to pray for someone. Like, to know that actually you can ask God for things for yourself, but actually it's so much more rewarding to be able to pray into someone else. And it's just such a blessing to be able to do that. So, I want to do it all the time.
Awesome. Thank you. And just so appreciate your openness, Dave, your willingness to do this.
I can't help it.
It's brilliant. And I don't know, is there anything we can pray for you? Other than house provision, etc.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can, absolutely. Yeah, house provision, perhaps, for some more happiness in my family. Some of them are suffering a bit more than others, and it would be nice to pray for them. Yeah,
brilliant. Well, hopefully have a whole congregation of people that watch this
and
we'll be praying into that for you as well. So that'd be great. Excellent. Well, bless you, Dave. So grateful to you for your time. It's been great just having this opportunity. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for asking.